Jai Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here in this verse it's mentioned Kardama Muni satisfied the personality of Godhead. Propitiated means satisfied, pleased. Who is the quick bestower of all blessings upon those who flee to him for protection. We all know Krishna is a real protector. There is a verse which says, Mare Krishna Rakhe ke, Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. But Krishna also is a thorough gentleman. He respects the free will of the living entity. There is a principle which is operating, and the principle is, as you surrender, so shall I reciprocate. If we don't want Lord, we don't want to surrender to Him, then He also does not force upon us. That's why we see different people are in different conditions, suffering miserably, protected or unprotected. And if you are not protected by Krishna, then the law of karma is in full force. As you sow, so shall you reap. If we have done sinful deeds, then we'll suffer miserably. And pious deed, then we have some enjoyment quota. So here it is said, the Lord is a quick bestower of all blessings upon those who flee to Him for protection. So it's a free will, whether we want His protection, whether we want to surrender to Him or not. Example is given of a child is completely dependent on the mother. If you see a baby, 6 months old, 1 year old, has no clue of what's going on. It's completely, if the mother forgets to feed, the child will keep crying. Has no means to figure out how to make alternate arrangements. There was one article which I was reading. It's mentioned that how actually Lord is the one who is the cause of all causes. He is maintaining everyone. So in that article it's mentioned how wonderful it is when that sperm and the ovum mixes and emulsifies, becomes a pea-like this thing. And in the womb for 9 months, that small emulsification, it develops, organs develop, heart develops, limbs develop. Who's taking care? Everything is being done by the Lord. Although we may say it's growing in the womb, it's an arrangement made by the Lord. Father and mother played a small role. the protection of the child in the womb, the development of the child in the womb, the formation of all the organs, the entire thing is being done under the supervision of the Supreme Lord as per the system what He has set up. Lord is taking care. But when the child comes out after the birth, what actually happens is, indirectly we tell the Lord, because the parents become very careful in taking care of the child, protecting him and all that. Indirectly the parents are saying to the Lord, although they may not verbally speak, but indirectly what is being spoken is, thank you very much, you have done your duty, now we'll do our duty. Lord is kept aside. They become the protector. They think that I have to now take care of this child. And what is the Bhagavatam saying? As the child grows, it gathers around it asat sainya. The child also starts believing that father is my protector, mother is my protector, my brother is my protector, wealth is my protector, family is my protector, society is my protector. Deha apta kalatradishu atma saineshu asatswapi. This atma sainya which we build, consciously build. Why we build this atma sainya? This false ego. Atma sainya asatswapi. It's asat. Tesham pramatta nidhanam pashyanapi na pashyati. Pramatta means maddened. That false ego, when it becomes thick. I am this body. I am Indian. Desh Bhakti is the highest dharma. Service to humanity is service to God. All kinds of things. Where does this get deposited? In the false ego. And the root of false ego is I am the body. I was also hearing a lecture of Mother Prabhu where he says, somebody may question, the child in the womb is praying to the Lord. He's saying, the prayers are mentioned. How does a child pray? Child prays through feelings. The child is feeling. We also need not every time verbalize what we are. Prayer can be offered in the mind through feelings. So, the false ego develops. Tesham pramata nidhanam pashyan api na pashyati. Although we are seeing all around us that we are helpless, we are insignificant, but pashyan api na pashyati, we are not able to see. That's why the false ego develops that I will be able to protect. That's why this thing is that if I earn more money, I am more safe. If I have this insurance, then I am safe. So, as devotees, as I said, Kṛṣṇa does not force himself upon us. He is a thorough gentleman. He has given us a free will. We have a choice to surrender, not to surrender. And surrender also is not 0 or 1. So when the child is growing up, slowly if you see the dependence and surrender on the mother reduces. It's a very interesting observation. When the child is, let's say, 6 months old baby, it's completely dependent on the mother. Completely. And the mother is completely conscious that I have to take care of the child. The mother, back of the mind, is conscious, now I have to feed. Now it will be hungry. Now it has to go to the toilet. Mother is fully conscious. But as the child grows, as the child starts exerting its independence, the mother also lets go lets go of taking care. Son is in America, mother is maybe once in 3 days, once in 5 days. Mother may call or he may call. Again, depends what is the relationship. But mother is not conscious whether he has eaten, not eaten, whether he has day to day what he is doing. Mother is not, because child has exerted independence. I have my own family now, I have a wife, I have children, I have to take care of them, I'll take care of myself. So accordingly the mother also lets loose. Same is the case with the Lord is our Supreme Father. If we exert our independence, He will also let go that protection. As you surrender, so shall I reciprocate. We saw that Narasimha movie. Prahlad Maharaj, it was embodiment of complete dependence on the Lord. So much so that there was no fear. We cannot imitate that. And that's why you see there so many touching moments in that movie where he's thrown from the cliff. He is not shouting, screaming, oh, bachao. And his complete faith, and the Lord protected. So here it is said, bestower of all blessings upon those who flee to Him for protection. So we also, Krishna will throw a lot of, why devotional service? Just like you cannot learn swimming by reading about swimming. You can have a whole manual and you can read what is breaststroke, what is backstroke, how to breathe, how not to breathe. Everything you can read, but you will not learn swimming. You have to get into water and then you learn swimming. So likewise, when we live amidst devotees, when we practice devotional service, so many challenging situations will come up. So many challenges we will encounter. It's a testing time for us. Whom are we depending on? Whose protection are we seeking? In whom do we have the faith? It was a big realization for me. I think I have shared earlier. When I was new to Krishna consciousness, 1 year down the line, I developed a lot of backache. And I was very disturbed. Because it was affecting my sadhana, affecting service. And I went to many doctors. I was overly concerned. So much so I was, anybody would say, चिंता मत करो, ठीक हो जाएगा, चिंता मत करो. But चिंता है, क्यों नहीं करो? And when you go to the doctor also CT scan happened, whatever that MRI happened, and they are saying nothing is there. Some devotees also said, sab mind mein hai. I remember once went in front of the deities, cried. सब बोल रहे हैं माइंड में है, डॉक्टर बोल रहे हैं कुछ नहीं है, बट मुझे पता है कुछ है. So at that time I realized that how even modern science with all the latest has limitation. We think that these days it's all modern technology, you can figure out everything, all advanced tests are there. I could see that how even the tests have limitation. They are saying nothing is there. But there is something which is really bugging me. Physical pain is there. So, and then it was impacting sadhana, impacting service. So once I met Madhupandi Prabhu. So he also asked me what is happening. So I told him I'm very disturbed, this is the thing. So he little bit preached to me and then he told something very important. He said Bhagavad-gītā is not only for preaching. We give big lectures, I am not the body, I am a spirit soul. Bhagavad-gītā is also for practicing. this is a very big statement. Many times we think knowing Bhagavad-gītā or being a devotee means we should know the philosophy. And many of us can become experts in knowing the philosophy and preaching the philosophy. That does not necessarily mean that we are practicing the philosophy. There's a difference. That's why there are so many Pandits. They know entire Gita. They know any verse you ask them, they will immediately quote that verse. And the famous example is that South Indian Brahmana which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met. So in our mind we should differentiate. When these trying circumstances come and challenges come, that is the time, that's an acid test. Are we dependent on the Lord? Are we seeking protection of the Lord? And Lord will sanction such this thing. Just like you cannot learn swimming without getting into water, likewise you cannot learn protection of the Lord, seeking protection of the Lord unless you face challenges. Sometimes devotees say, why challenges are coming in my life? Challenges are coming, it's an opportunity for us to practice what we are learning, what we are hearing. We should thank Lord that there's an opportunity to practice. Recently there was a podcast between one person and Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is the most celebrated Olympian of all times. He has won 23 gold medals. India, the whole Olympic, 1 gold medal. Entire country, in all sports, all put together, 1 gold medal. One single person, 23 gold medals. And total of 28 medals, out of which 23 are gold. His interview is there. And he said that how he was coached. It's interesting, no? How a person who is such a this thing, what was the coach? So he said his coach deliberately took him through lot of tough circumstances. On one occasion he was asked to swim the whole 400 meters and his swimming goggles was broken. And the water is gushing into the eyes. Generally they have that goggles, and all the laps he is doing was with the eyes burning, not able to see. And the coach deliberately gave that thing to him so that he can learn, he can grow. And then he says, in one of the Olympics, in the finals, actually the water came inside from the goggles it leaked, some malfunction or whatever, it leaked. And he is explaining that how in that Olympics, while he was not able to see, he won the gold medal and broke the world record. Because he was trained to face the challenges. Again, it's a very material, mundane example. The point what I am trying to say is the Lord will sanction challenges in our life for a purpose, so that we can grow. We can learn dependence on the Lord. We can learn how to seek protection of the Lord. So even when we expect that everything will be rosy, everything will be streamlined, everything will be peaceful, everything will be nice, then how will we learn? So challenges will come. It's an opportunity for us to seek Lord's protection. Be dependent on the Lord. Just like here it says, Kardama Muni, the Lord is quick bestower of all blessings upon those who flee to Him for protection. Flee to Him, those who rush to Him. Flee matlab they run to Him for protection. We can be running to so many people for protection. The Lord protects everyone, but one who depends completely upon Him is especially looked after by the Lord. The father is more attentive to the little son who is exclusively dependent on the father. It's a principle. This is applicable even in mundane world. You can see a child how is completely dependent on the father, and the father is completely conscious of taking care of the child. And as the child grows up, the bond loosens. No friend, no children, no father, no brother, no state, and no one else can protect a person who is not protected by the Supreme Lord. One should therefore seek the protection of the Supreme Lord, for the human form of life is meant for seeking the protection. When I was a child, very interesting observation I made. It was a big realization at that time. We were staying in Punjab, and that time Operation Blue Star happened. You would have heard of, there was a lot of turmoil in Punjab for many years. There was a lot of terrorist activities, a lot of murders. From our school, from our college, we have inter-college sports events. Our college team went to Thapad Engineering College in Patiala for inter-sports meet. Table tennis team, different games. I was the captain of the table tennis team. And we were continuously playing, practicing, all those things. So about 30 students from our Kurukshetra college went to Thapad Engineering College for the sports meet. I did not go because I got stuck with something. I consciously don't remember what was the reason. But all my other friends, team members went. One night, terrorists entered in the room where they were staying. 22 of them were killed on spot. It was a big news. The people whom with I was regularly playing, person second, third in the team, all shot dead. Spot. So that was one instance. How, life is so, we think we are young, anytime, we're still long way to go, any moment. Then that Operation Blue Star happened. Curfew was imposed. This was maybe a year later or something. This was a very turbulent time in Punjab. So people used to ask those who were outside, bullets की आवाज़ आती है क्या? So I also said, हाँ आती है, रात को आती है. Because they used to hear and so many people got killed, so many people. Imagine some terrorists entering with AK-47 and shooting 22 people, spot dead. So one day this curfew was imposed. Curfew means, some of you probably would have experienced or not experienced. Curfew means you cannot move out of the home. And curfew is lifted only for a certain period, 1 hour, 2 hours. That also some message will come, announcement will be made through some medium. Curfew is lifted only for 1 hour so that people can go to market and buy some essential grocery items and all that. Just like during COVID time, very selectively people were venturing out and trying to arrange essential items. So in the colony where we were staying, my father was in a very senior position. So in the colony, it's unlike a city where hardly you know the neighbor also. In a colony, in the township, everyone knows everyone. Because they all are working together, studying in the same school. And there is the mothers, fathers, they are all meeting each other. There are social gatherings. There's a club where everyone meets together. So everyone knows everyone. And we were also respected a lot because father was in a very senior position. So everyone, just like in government says, Saab ke bete, Saab. They call Saab. So, lot of respect. Everywhere recognized. And then curfew was lifted. I was a small child. I was, I think, in 6th class or something. For 1 hour, everyone has to go to some market to buy some groceries and all that. So everyone was there in the grocery shop and everyone knew 1 ghante mein wapas jana hai. And I was a small boy standing. Nobody is recognized. Everyone is pushing. Nobody is recognizing ye kiske bete hain, kiske baap hain. Nobody is recognizing. Pushing this thing. Everyone is interested in their own. So that was also a very defining day for me. This all is a show actually ke so and so will protect, so and so takes care of him, so and so respects him. That also is a show. Real protector is the Lord. That's why they say, asat saineshu tesham pramata nidhanam pashyanapi na pashyati. Even COVID, Krishna gave us some good realizations. Who is the real protector? A lot of people who had faith that money will protect, a lot of people had faith doctors will protect, a lot of people had faith medicines will protect. They could see their faith crumbling down. When I'm saying that everyone was rushing, because we can't blame them also. Because they all are limited beings. Everyone has to, first they have to seek their protection. Just I gave example of that, the doctor saying nothing is there. So we will be put in a situation where we will be very helpless. Just like Draupadi was put. She looked at Bhishma, she looked at the Pandavas, imploring on them, please come, take care of me. See, I am being disrobed. Nobody could come forward. Then she called on Govinda, but she was holding on to her sari. Still there was an element of effort from her side to protect herself. Cheshtha. And then she said, big Maharathis are there, they cannot protect. And who am I? A feeble woman in front of all the Dushashan and all this big able-bodied men. Who am I? What can I do? And then, while she is being disrobed, at last, understanding, realizing that she is so helpless, cannot protect, she even stopped holding on to her sari. An attempt to protect was also stopped. And that is the time when Lord gave the unlimited supply of sari. So, to read, to have information, it's very good, it's important, but information is not everything. We have to have realization. And for that, when test comes, we'll get an idea. When Krishna will take us through demanding situations, the challenges, we'll get an idea. Whom are we dependent on? And when challenges come, in one sense, heart of heart, whether we pass or fail, we should be grateful to the Lord that this challenge has unfolded in my life. It's an opportunity for me to depend on you. That's why Kunti Maharani is also praying, let more and more challenges come, more and more difficulties come, because it's an impetus for us to seek your protection, to depend on you. When challenges come, if we are properly situated, then our dependence on the Lord will increase. And there is also a possibility that when challenges come, we can break. We can even start doubting, where is Lord? We can start doubting, where is the protection of the Lord? This is all in the books, this is all theory, this is all philosophy, this is all mythology. A lot of people who lost people during COVID and otherwise, they actually lose faith even in God. There is one person, he's a devotee, comes to the temple also. His father and mother was ICU during COVID. So he said, प्रभु जी हमारे घर में तो ठाकुर जी की सेवा होती है बहुत अच्छे. So then that person with lot of, pride, he mentioned, मैंने तो ठाकुर जी को सीधा बोल दिया, अगर कुछ हो गया ना उनको, तो देख लेना आप. सेवा तो भूल जाओ, निकाल देंगे घर से. And then he's saying, ठाकुर जी ने सुन ली मेरी. बच के आ गए वो. मैंने तो ठाकुर जी को बोल दिया था. And it is possible, no? That something happened to the father and mother. Possible. Milkha Singh. You know Milkha Singh, you heard of? He's I think Olympics, and there was a movie also made, very celebrated sportsman, athlete. So there is a video, he's 90 years old and he's talking, he's fit. And he's telling his health secrets. He's telling how he jogs every day. He says that how he has not taken any medicine throughout his life. Anytime headache happens, he just does jogging or something like that. And so I have compiled some videos on health and all that. So I was also hearing him, and COVID came. That video is saying he's all healthy, everything fine, never taken medicine. He got COVID and next day expired. No doubt, as a matter of duty, we can take care of our health, which we should. Prabhupada also used to go for morning walk. He was conscious of his health. He advised devotees also to take care of their health. You have to avoid two extremes. One extreme is, no, I am not the body, I am a spirit soul. This yantra is there, it will follow certain laws. In America, we went for a retreat, all the congregation devotees. Long distance, long drive. So on the return, one of the devotee was driving car. It was not his car, another devotee's car. Because long distance, they cannot drive single because they can fall asleep. So they take turns. So he stopped at a petrol bunk. And somehow, whatever, forgot or something. In a petrol car, he filled diesel. And in the car, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is playing, everything is there, gone for devotional retreat, everything, big, nice, this thing. And it ran for a while. After that, what happened? Stopped. Then another vehicle had to be called, it would come, tow that car, big process, empty out the entire fuel tank, clean it up, replace it. It's a yantra. It has to follow a law. You cannot say, no, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is playing, we went for devotional retreat. If it has to run with petrol, it will run with petrol. If you put diesel, it will create problems, irrespective of where you are going, for what purpose you are going. So likewise, many times, even protection of the Lord, we can get mistaken. This yantra is there, it follows certain laws, we have to respect those laws and we have to take care of those laws. But not have faith that just because you know how to take care of the yantra, you are fully protected. Everything is in your control. Now you don't need the Lord. That's why they're saying, Mare Krishna rakhe ke, rakhe Krishna mare ke. You may have the most able-bodied, but if Krishna does not want, gone. But Krishna also says, God helps those who help themselves. So we have to do our duty. What is within our circle, we have to do. Lord also expects us to do. And then in spite of having done our duty, if things don't improve, then we accept it. Lord has a higher plan. Mare Krishna rakhe Krishna mare ke. We don't get completely bewildered. Oh, I took care so much of my health. I did this, I did. Why it happened to me? It can happen. We have very minute control over what is happening to us, what is happening inside us. Very minute control. We can take, something is in our control, but large portion of it is not in our control. How the hairs are growing, how the pancreas are working, how the kidneys are filtering out. We are not in control. We are not consciously doing. So, pitfall for devotees where we can fall this thing is, no, I don't have to protect. I don't have to take care. Lord will take care. It's fine. Whatever is this thing, we should from our side, effort has to be put. But in spite of putting effort, if outcome is not favorable, we accept it. We accept it as Lord's higher plan. But as far as putting the effort, best effort, not half-heartedly. If we are doing exercise, just little. I am doing for the heck of doing, but real dependence is on the Lord. If you have to do exercise, you have to do properly. In spite of doing exercise, then we fall sick, then we can say, yes, there is a higher plan of the Lord. No one can kill a devotee of the Lord because he is protected by the Lord, and no one can save a person whom the Lord desires to kill. The Lord is all-powerful, and therefore he can both save and kill as he likes. This a devotee understands. So he does not have absolute faith in his efforts. He puts effort. He puts effort. Recently that Supreme Court, MPP is putting full effort. At a Vyavharik level, what needs to be done, the lawyers have to be spoken, hours and hours of conference calls, whatever needs to be done will be done. And simultaneously dependence on protection by Narasimha. Prayers are being offered, whatever it is. And it is very bewildering, whether you're depending on the Lord or actually you're depending on lawyers or all these material arrangements. Simultaneously, both can coexist. And it does not necessarily mean that you are depending on the lawyers or spending time with the lawyers means you're not depending on the Lord. A steadfast devotee knows very well that he is not alone. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is with him and he can protect his sincere devotee in any awkward circumstances. And that's when we see that we are put in awkward circumstance, challenging situation, and we are depending on the Lord, we see the hand of the Lord. We see the Lord, how he is so mercifully protecting, guiding. One full mala, that MPP, that soulful japa thing, bhavanas, was on protection. The whole mala is all about, how to have that background feeling that how the Lord, in spite of so many limitations I have, in spite of me not being surrendered, in spite of me being independent minded, in spite of me being an independent enjoyer, the Lord is mercifully protecting. Lord is mercifully protecting, His protection something which even I am not aware of. So many dangers the Lord is averting which we are not even aware of. I'll share this example with you. The other day we had that cylinder blast. You heard of that? All of us heard that. Everyone rushed. It was such a big sound, and after that gas was leaking. We could hear that also. And the whole temple was evacuated. All of us have experience over that. Same day or maybe next day, there was another cylinder blast. You know where? Where? In Goa, in one club. 23 people died. And ours was not single cylinder. It was a battery of cylinders. One cylinder actually blast, no? So, Lord is kind. Anything could have happened. Lord is protecting. Many of them we are not even aware, taken for granted. Lord is protecting. Something we are conscious, something we are not conscious. So devotee is grateful. Not everything what the Lord is doing we are conscious. Internal development has to have, that's why this feeling of gratitude, feeling of that you are the protector has to develop. It has to be cultured. Offering prayers, feeling oneself low and insignificant, feeling oneself helpless. And these realizations will come if we also surrender to the Lord, depend on the Lord, pray to the Lord. That is real advancement. It's not how much information we have, how much knowledge we have, how much we have read. Taking risk for the Lord, taking anxiety for the Lord. For the Lord's sake, getting into awkward circumstances. For the sake of the Lord, getting into problematic situations. And then the Lord protects. And then you can feel the protection of the Lord. You can feel that how Lord goes out of His way to protect His devotees. Otherwise it's all theory. We can quote the verse, Mare Krishna Rakhege, we can preach the verse, we can impress the audience, but is that feeling in our heart? Is that realization in our heart? So we'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.